J ザ J-ENT ラジオポッドキャスト with your host Kennedy。
Hey, what's up, everyone? You are listening to The J, and I'm your host, Kennedy, podcasting from Tokyo. So, before we begin, I would like to send out my condolences to Todd Cochrane's family. Todd was the CEO of Blueberry, and he was also instrumental in taking podcasts to new heights. He believed in it, and he stuck with it, and it was just amazing of what he had accomplished in his life, since especially when he started podcasting with Geek News Central. He was also someone that I looked to as just not just a friend, but someone who really gave help, assistance when it came to podcasting in general. See, I knew Todd because Todd he was in the Navy, and when he was when we both started talking, he started to realize, hey, I used to be stationed in a base where you lived, and the conversation started from there. And it was like a small world of, he was stationed in a naval town, but also, he would travel to Japan and had a Japanese wife, and he'd always talk about his family and how much, we're always excited when he got to travel with them, and pretty much we discussed podcasting in general. He did a lot. My gosh. I mean, in 2005, he wrote the Podcasting to Do-It-Yourself Guide for Wiley Publishing. He was inducted to the Podcast Hall of Fame in 2015. The guy was instrumental in the lives of many podcasters. Many people listen to his show. And he's just an all-out, awesome individual. And if anything, I just want to say thank you, Todd. And again, my condolences goes out to his family and friends. We lost an amazing person in this world, but at the same time, his work will always live on. Thank you, Todd. And here is a brief tribute for Todd Cochrane, a friend to many podcasters and a person who touched our lives. And awesome guy.
Hello, everybody. You're listening to the Geek News Central podcast for 28 December 2004, and I hope that everyone had a wonderful and happy Merry Christmas. And the last few days has been quite the turmoil here at our house. We had a great Christmas. Had really no complaints. And unfortunately, the news that came out of Southeast Asia with the earthquake and the tidal wave concerned us. And initially, it was because of family in Japan. But today, my sister was over here, and she is, basically, her baby was due. and she was over at the house, and they had went and done some shopping today, and they came over, and we had watched the kids this afternoon. When she got here, I could tell she wasn't feeling very well, but yep, you guessed it, off to the hospital she went, and about 6:44 p.m. tonight, Honolulu Standard Time, I became an uncle again. So her and I are now even. She has 4 children. Her and her husband have 4 children, and my wife and I have 4 children. So I think we're all done having kids, but the mom and baby are doing well. Basically, they're saying in the magazine, if you can't beat them, join them, and it's happening with blogs. You know, a lot of companies are getting on the blogging bandwagon, and we're starting to see wider acceptance. So I'd be curious to see what happens in the next year with weblogs. Now, I'm sure as we get closer to the end of the week, and there's going to be a lot of people making predictions about what is going to happen in 2005. I be honest with you, I don't know. I have some good ideas what's going to happen with podcasting, but with weblogs, your guess is as good as mine. But, you know, send me some feedback. Let me know what you think is going to happen with weblogs and podcasting.
Hello, everybody. It's Friday, December 31st. Hey, can you believe it's almost 2005? Happy New Year's, everybody. This is Todd, and you're listening to the Geek News Central podcast from historic Ford Island, located in Honolulu, Hawaii. He's in the category of for having podcasting equipment that makes me podcast envy. We've went through a lot of challenges here on our audio, and we still have some challenges in that I've got some background noise that we have just not been able to get rid of. And part of it is because of our setup, and the laptop sitting here and the fans running, and that's part of it. So hopefully, and I'm running on a PC, hopefully some of you out there are using some audio tools that will help us out. We're looking for some filters to use to be able to filter out that noise and improve the quality. Now, I did work on it today a little bit, and I think we've made some improvement in the quality. But give me some feedback. Tell us what our audio levels are. I know there was a couple of complaints yesterday when I did my quickie. We didn't shut any of the computers down, and it was really apparent the computer noise that was in the background. And but today all the other servers are shut down and just the laptop is running. So hopefully the sound is a lot better today than it was yesterday. But I think that's it. Everyone have a happy new year, and we look forward to a prosperous 2005. And tech podcasters, get on the mailing list. And we're going to leave you with a little music from GarageBand.
Or you can always Skype me at Geek News Central. We look forward to hearing your feedback and comments, and also we're excited about sending you that new information later in the week, and look for a midweek show this week. So with that, we leave you with some music. Everyone have a great, great week. Bye-bye.
So for this episode, we have quite a few things to discuss, and of course, we talk about Japanese entertainment and also pop culture in this podcast. And before we begin, let's kick off with a 444. Here's for Tracy Hyde with her Sarah Records collection from their 2016 album, Film Blue.
室に
ちの際までもかっこつけがり謝が終わるが何が邪魔してるのかいちゃんと見えるスマートさ知らないかい素直はダサいからひねくれと心中見苦しさは嫌だから美徳と心自然体を天下こびてないにこびてた品がない人笑う人笑いく自覚なき優しさが詰まった耳障り君の上品美しさで救われ光耳つんだく飛び切りの下品を変がない変がないがまずないと受けを吐いて不幸が待っては手になんで明日の道草ダンスもクリアにやしないや時にはということ違ってて時には恥ずかしがらず愛してそんな日なく戦うもののだ神に愛されたくて得多い出しに使うお得用の熟者陶器思想が甘いだと切り捨てた賢者も人工甘味現地欲の通り子健全なくらい健全でつらい天然モラル成分はふっとした分解はぶったできる吹きこぼれちゃう前に品類上私も在庫センサーの目隠し音楽クレイジーさじゃないオルゲりゃいいわけじゃなくて無駄な意に溢れたとびっきりの愛を変がない変がないがまずないと受けを吐いて不幸が待って空愛で予報ベーションでまみれだって星が燃やしないや時に空いてる背中さすって時に終わるまでも耐えてくれ心地いいくらいの下品が欲しいんだまた時間だ
Someday has come.
And that was Shoten Taro with Someday Has Come from his 2021 album, Unlive. And kicking off the 444, we had for Tracy Hyde with her Sarah Records collection from 2016, followed by Yuragi, While My Waves Wonder from 2021, and then we had Utsu-P with Vulgar. Okay, everyone, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about Japanese entertainment news. Want to meet up with many people, maybe for conversation, hanging out at a pub, going to an outdoor picnic, or to the beach, or to party it up at a pub, definitely check out Welcome Tokyo. I have used Welcome Tokyo for many years and have met many amazing people from their events. And if you're wanting a new connection, a new opportunity, or a new experience in Tokyo, check out Welcome Tokyo at www.welcometokyoevents.com. That's www.welcometokyoevents.com. Check it out.
Back to J-ENT Radio with your host, Kennedy.
It's a beautiful wave.
Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to The J. I'm your host, Kennedy, and right now we're going to talk about Japanese entertainment news and pop culture, but before we begin, let's talk about the upcoming Harajuku Omotesando Halloween Pumpkin Parade. We talked about the Ikebukuro cosplay parade, which is a large event, a few episodes ago, but this time we're going to talk about the Harajuku Omotesando one. And this one is celebrating its 41st year, which is the first Halloween costume parade in Japan, with over 1,000 children who participate every year. You might want to check back. I have a podcast actually streaming live from the event. But yeah, 1,000 participants parade around 1 kilometer of Harajuku Omotesando in elaborate costumes. And in addition to the parade, participating stores around Omotesando offer special Halloween menus and giveaways sweets to children. So it's definitely an event that's geared for families and children, as opposed to other events that that adults tend to frequent. I know that a lot of people are thinking, let's go to Shibuya and let's celebrate Halloween. But again, Shibuya has been very strict about that. They don't want an occurrence such as what happened in 2019 ever happening again, where people were gridlocked and no one could move, and also there were almost damage, people lifting up vehicles and overturning them and so forth. They don't want that anymore. So if you are going to Japan with your family and want to celebrate Halloween and just want to have a chill and also a peaceful Halloween event, definitely check out Harajuku Omotesando Halloween Pumpkin Parade. So when will it be held? It will be held on Sunday, October 26th from 11 o'clock a.m. to 4:30. Partial starts are scheduled for early October. In the event of rain, the parade will be canceled. If the parade is canceled, a decision will be made by 9 o'clock a.m. on that day, and it'll be announced on the website. So this one is sponsored by the Harajuku Omotesando Keiyaki Association and the Shopping District Promotion Association. The event is sponsored by Kittyland, Epoch, Fresh Cheese Studio, Ito-En, Sokan, Sadaritsu Confectionery, Calbee, and Koi Keiya. So this is in cooperation with Shibuya Ward and the Shibuya Ward Tourism Association. So yeah, this is pretty awesome. There will be 32 stores in total that will be participating. So I think that's really awesome. You got the Shibuya Ward, Jingumae Elementary School, Green Bird, Gentle One, Irish Network Japan, Guardian Angels Japan, Amigos Calientes, Edobras, Tokyo Design College, Sumida Shoji, Omotesando Hills, Tokyo Land Corporation with Harajuku, Yoku Moku Holdings, Kochi Prefecture, Onden Apple Road Market, and others. So yeah, this is an event that families will definitely want to attend if you are in Tokyo during this time, Sunday, October 26th. So it says 11 o'clock is when it starts and 4:30 ends. That's actually the not the parade itself, but the actual whole festivities where people can visit the stores. But around, I think it's around 1 p.m. or so that I think the parade actually starts. I'm not really sure. You want to check on the website. I know times vary, but I remember going there early and waiting hours, waiting for the parade to start. But I think it's because so many people, I mean, I'm talking about a lot of people attending and, thousands, and people watching and people participating. So you definitely want to get your spot in time. Yes, you could bring your seats and sit if you prefer to do that. But I just remember just standing there and waiting. I'm like, where do I go? Where do I go? And I got a good position. So I'm quite thrilled. I actually positioned myself right in front of the Ralph Lauren shop, and that's where they were doing the registrations. So I was there, and was able to get good footage from that area. But man, it was crowded. That's all I could say. But yeah, it's definitely different from the other events that are more adult oriented. This one is more family and oriented with children, definitely participating in many outfits. So, okay, everyone, check that one out. Okay, Harajuku Omotesando Hello Halloween Pumpkin Parade. Okay, on to the news. Okay, so I think the biggest news that pretty much will shock people is that Perfume is going on hiatus at the end of 2025. The group, which consists of Kashiyuka, Achan, and Nochi, they announced on their official fan club website that the 20th anniversary of their major label debut, that they would be going on hiatus as of December 31st. The members declared that to commemorate the moment, which they can proudly say they're shining, they'll be putting Perfume into cold sleep from 2026. They used the same phrase back in the production of their latest tour to describe their hiatus. The members said, if we're going to be together for the long haul, we decided to mark this milestone in order to move on to new challenges as an even better, cooler Perfume. So the members have discussed the decision to take an indefinite hiatus from group activities as they close out the 25th anniversary year since their formation back in 1999. We want to come back stronger, each of us more powerful to become a new Perfume, so we hope you will continue to support us until the day we can meet again. They also hinted a desire to restart in the future. So a lot of people were posting on social media that, that it's a great thing that they're still calling themselves Perfume. They call it a Perfume cold sleep versus hiatus, but of course, hiatus is hiatus. It is what it is. But the group formed in Hiroshima, and they're making their major debut on this day, 20 years ago, or actually on September 20th. With the single Linear Motor Girl, Perfume established a unique presence with their innovative sound, utilizing electronic beats and synthesizers under the production of Nakata Yasutaka. And they broke out with their single Polyrhythm in 2007, and they made their debut on the NHK Kohaku Utagassen the following year. In November 2010, they held their first solo concert at Tokyo Dome, and they've released numerous hits, including Chocolate Disco, Laser Beam, Dream Fighter, and Tokyo Girl. In 2013, they became the first Japanese singers to perform at the Cannes Lions International Festival of Creativity, the world's largest advertising festival. In 2019, they also appeared at Coachella 2019, one of the world's largest music festivals held in the United States, and have gained a large fan base overseas. So they released an album last year titled Nebula Romance Part 1 to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the group's formation and the 20th anniversary of their major debut. And they're currently on tour. On the 22nd and the 23rd, they will be performing at Tokyo Dome for the first time in 5 years. So it's quite natural for groups who've been performing this long to take hiatus. But I wonder what kind of solo endeavors? Will they be releasing solo albums, or are they going to be focusing on other areas of their personal life or their career? Who knows? I guess we'll have to follow and find out. A big congratulations to Yonezu Kenshi with his song Kickback, achieving certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. This is pretty awesome. It marks the first time a song with Japanese lyrics receiving the certification from the RIAA. The song, which he sings as the ending theme song for the film Chainsaw Man Res Arc, is also the opening theme for the TV anime series Chainsaw Man, which was originally released back in October 22 digitally. In 2023, it cleared the RIAA standard of 500,000 units, one digital single release, or 150 streams counted as one unit, and was certified gold. Approximately 2 years later, it had doubled the number to 1 million units, clearing the standard for platinum certification. Yonezu commented, "I'm very happy about the certification following its long-running hit." Regarding the song's creation, Yonezu reflected, "I think there were times when we went through trial and error, but once it was over, I forgot about the passion, and now it's a fond memory of how innocently I made it." This spring, he completed a world tour that he visited 7 cities. He also sang the song there, expressing his satisfaction, saying the crowd was incredibly excited, and given that Chainsaw Man is popular outside of Japan, it was an opportunity to really feel the energy the song has. So that's pretty cool, man. Congratulations to Yonezu Kenshi. Toho announced that there will be a live-action film adaptation of Sakamoto Days, which is based on a manga by Suzuki Yuto, and it's currently serialized in Shueisha's Weekly Shonen Jump. So this film is scheduled for release during Golden Week 2026, and yes, live action film. So I think this is going to be pretty awesome. They released that key visual, as you can see right here, and Sakamoto Taro, the legendary assassin feared by all villains, who falls in love with Aoi, a woman working at a convenience store, and quickly retires. And after getting married and having a daughter, Sakamoto has become a somewhat overweight guy that runs the Sakamoto Shoten store. But when assassins appear one after another, in order to protect his daily life with his beloved family, he fights using everyday items as weapons. And it's pretty much a solid action story where the ordinary and the extraordinary intertwine. The original manga began serialization in November 2020, and there's a total of 23 manga volumes that have been published already. So in terms of total numbers of copies sold worldwide, including digital versions as of August 2025, it has exceeded 15 million. The TV anime adaptation, which began airing earlier this year, January, was a huge hit, which garnered 8.6 million views in its first week on Netflix and over 10.6 million in Japan. It attracted worldwide attention, ranking second globally, and it was first in 5 countries and in the top 10 in 67 countries. So I think having this live action film is definitely going to be pretty awesome. The original mangaka, Suzuki, commented, "Ever since elementary school, I fantasized about what would happen if I went on a rampage like this in a place like this in the real world. I'm so excited to finally see it come to life on the big screen." So I think it's going to be really awesome. Suzuki continued, "It's all thanks to the readers who support us every day. Thank you so much. The production team is also super impressive, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Be sure to go see it at the cinema." So awesomeness. And before we close out this episode, I just have to say that y'all have to check out Ultraman Omega and also Kamen Rider Zeztz. It's hard for me to pronounce that one, but Yeah, these are now on YouTube, so you can definitely watch it in multitude of different languages, and they're very these two series. I'm pretty impressed. It definitely hooked me. The Ultraman Omega is very interesting because you get two protagonists who, you know, sometimes they don't get along, but with their with them being heroic, they work together and trying to stop various kaiju, as opposed to the Kamen Rider Zeztz, which is interesting because you got Nightmare, who's trying to destroy reality through dreams and of course with nightmares, and you have a protagonist who pretty much has to fight these evil monsters or evil beings during sleep time. It's really interesting, really captivating. And again, I guess you could say that with me being a tokusatsu fan, there's always series that really capture my attention, but I think these two, they really have hooked me. So it's a good way to close out. Well, it's not even a closing out because it's only lasting for so long, and you're going to have a new series right after. But typically they go, before there was a time when they used to go more than close to 40 episodes per series, but now they tend to keep it around 26 or so, definitely under 30. And so far I'm enjoying it. Definitely enjoying both series. So I'll have the link down below so you can check it out. But other than that, you all take care. And before we go, I just had to do a little rant, and this one's for the NPB Yomiuri Giantsu. What's going on? You guys are now, you're slipping. Hopefully they can continue to stay within the top three so they can make it to the playoffs and face the Yokohama Bay Stars. Pretty much the Hanshin Tigers are way ahead. My gosh, 83 wins, 51 losses, while Yokohama Bay Stars are at 68, 64, and Yomiuri Giants at 67 and 67. What? Am I reading that right? Is this correct, or am I reading this wrong? Yeah, I think it's correct. But Fukuoka Hawks, they're pretty much, I don't want to say dominating, because while they have 80 wins and 49 losses, not far behind are the Nippon Ham Fighters with 79 wins and 53 losses. So, and then you have the Oryx Buffaloes, the champs that still have a chance. They're in third place with 67 wins and 67 losses. But anything could happen. There's still a few more weeks of games being played until the preseason. I mean, not the preseason, but before the playoffs start. So it's going to be very interesting to see if the Yomiuri Giants can hold on and win their the one game playoff. I believe October 4th is the final games that have yet to be played. But yeah, playoffs are around the corner, and I hope Yomiuri Giants can at least hold on to third or even make it to second. They just have to win these games and at least stay within the top three, or at least at number 2 or number 3. Right now they're number 3, right? So, but yeah, in terms of the standings for the Pacific League, I think if anything, I believe that Tohoku still has a chance. But in terms of the Pacific League, I think pretty much that I'm so sorry, but the Central League, that Yomiuri Giants, they still have their destiny in their pockets if they continue to win, and they have to continue to win. Otherwise, the last thing you want is Chunichi Dragons sneaking up in there and taking that third position. There's still, again, 2 weeks left of baseball before the playoffs, and let's hope that the Giants can still hold on. The Yakult Swallows, though, what the heck? 51 wins and 76 losses. What happened to the team? They were all, they were really cranking full gear when they when they were doing so well, and then all of a sudden they just dropped off. Same thing with Hiroshima. They were really up there, and then now they're slowly. I can't believe how many games they lost, and now they're in 5th place. But Hanshin Tigers, when the beginning of this season, and they were not doing that well, and all of a sudden they just started winning, and they had the best record in baseball for the NPB. So let's see here. I think that is about it. Actually, maybe one more thing. For those of you who are Densha fans, video game fans, the Shonan-Shinjuku line DLC will be released for the JR East Train Simulator. If you have Steam, you definitely can download it. Starting on Friday, September 26th. So, the Shonan-Shinjuku line DLC. And this one will include... Let's see here. I'm sure there's just various routes that will take you from Tokyo to the Shonan area. And 1, 2, 3, 4 train schedules. That's pretty cool. So I expect this one to be more on the lower end in terms of cost-wise, because I know these games can be quite expensive. They have one game that's like $50 for the DLC, which is ouch. But yeah. Following updates are planned to coincide with the release of the DLC. You got the Utsunomiya line, the Series 185, the Sobu line Rapid Service, and the Tobu Skytree line. So definitely check that out on Steam. Friday, September 26th. Okay, everyone, you take care, and I will see you later. Wink, wink, and